Hey Zips fans, Chad Welker here with the Zips Digital Network update with the volleyball team. Last week they went 0-3, losing to Buffalo on Tuesday, Bowling Green on Friday and Saturday in two very competitive matches. Talked to head coach Tom Hanna to get his comments about last week.
Sure, the week ended, unfortunately with three losses. I do like, especially on the weekend against Bowling Green, how we competed. I wasn't as thrilled, neither was the group, with our effort against Buffalo. Little flat, a little vanilla, for lack of a better term. And we did play well at points, just not long enough. The Bowling Green matches, I think, were great matches across the board. Again, unfortunately, we're trying to win matches. We did not. But to go down 15-13 in the fifth against an undefeated team that was really fighting hard on their home court was a great battle. But we're not here for moral victories. But I like how we rebounded off of Tuesday's performance. I like the level of play that we were able to stay at for longer stretches on Friday and Saturday.
From an individual standpoint, Coach, I know Alexis Adlita had a career highs on Friday against Bowling Green, but systematically it looked like you made a little bit of a move, switching from a 6-2 to a 5-1. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Sure, we made that move after the Buffalo match, and it wasn't any one particular thing that had to do with that match. It was just something that some trends that we've been seeing over some time, and it's always tough when you're doing that. I don't want to change systems, especially late in the year. It had been a move we were considering a number of times throughout the year, but there was always two or three reasons, in our opinion, to stick with it. And ultimately, I decided after the Buffalo match, there was just too many things that were kind of weighing against staying in that system. And unfortunately, and we had talked to the right side hitters and the setters about this in January, like, hey, if we go into the 6-2, it's about four of you being good, and if somebody doesn't hold up their deal or the rotation doesn't hold up their end of the deal, it's going to cost some people some jobs. And you may be playing pretty well, but if the other person or the rotations aren't going well, and that's really what it was. It was we were just not as strong in those three rotations. Depending on the day, hey, the passing was pretty good in those three rotations. Hey, sometimes it wasn't as good. It could be attacking, it could be setting, it could be there's so many variables. It could be, hey, poor serving, so we didn't point score very well in a rotation where we normally point score, but just unfortunately got to a point where, like, hey, it's consistently skewed against those three rotations. Let's find out what it looks like when we go, into the 5-1. And it's certainly great to get Emily back in as an attacker. That was certainly helpful. I think it provides a little bit more rhythm in terms of, we have fewer subs going in and out. Kids are playing with each other for longer stretches, and I think that helps. So, unfortunately didn't produce wins, but I certainly like, what we saw for the most part out of that as a system. Lex had a really good weekend, assertive attacking. I said to her one of the things she did really well on Friday night was actually attacking from off the net when we maybe didn't get what would normally be some great looks, and she was, hitting the ball pretty hard, hitting some seams, attacking the block very well, actually on Friday night in particular, which, I think you have to play with some level of, I'd say, just disregard for the block. Like, hey, I'm going here, and if you're in the way, I may get you. And she did a pretty good job of that. But it was, was terminal all weekend, and that was great to see. And we've had more of that from her in the back half of the year so far.
Moving into this last weekend of this crazy 2021 spring season, what is it going to take to, come out of the week, really strong and really something to kind of look forward taking into the off season with Buffalo tomorrow night and then Toledo this weekend?
Sure, we've got three opportunities to win, and that's obviously our goal. I like how we actually trained yesterday on Sunday coming off of the weekend. We have a weird schedule based on our academics, so we did train yesterday. We'll train today. We'll play Buffalo tomorrow and take Wednesday off. But we got some quality work done in a shorter time frame that I think was a confidence builder for some people, especially on the offensive side of the ball yesterday. So that was good. I think that'll help us rolling into the week here. I think we know when we're like any team playing somewhere near the level we feel we're capable of, we're pretty good. And there was an example of that on Friday and Saturday. maybe less of that last Tuesday, and we're going to try to correct that tomorrow night against Buffalo.
Thanks, Coach. The volleyball team will be back in action all week as they take on Buffalo tomorrow, Toledo Friday and Saturday. You can catch all those games on ESPN networks. You can also follow the volleyball team on their Twitter and Instagram, ZipsVB, and you can follow all of our athletic teams by visiting GoZips.com. Have a great rest of your week, and as always, Go Zips!